I remember coming to this church for the first time. I think Peter still has like nail marks in his hands for when I was gripping his hand so tight. Honestly, I used to be like the stealth mode Hannah. I used to come into the church and open the door. It's true. I used to open the door and see how far I could get in without anybody saying hi to me. I was convinced that I knew what churches were like. The very, very first thing that I remember thinking was, what is that I smell? Do I smell coffee? You can't have coffee in church. And then you kind of get to look at everybody and they're like wearing jeans and, you know, really, and I'm just like, did we come to the right place? Are you sure this is church? For me, of course, I was wondering if there was an ulterior motive. So I'm like, why are they being so friendly? What do they want from me? Let's hurry up and let's get out of here. Let's get home again.
Hannah was a strange person. She would listen to Christian music, but couldn't read a Bible. So you knew inside she was crying out for God, but her soul was getting in the way all the time.
God was a scary thing because anything associated to God in my previous life had just been full of judgment, and it was just a very scary word to me. It's taken a while to get to a point where I feel comfortable. We've been coming here about 18 months now.
First few months in stealth mode.
And I actually look forward to coming to church now. Can you believe that? I actually look forward to coming to church.
We still talk funny though.
We still talk funny. What we love about this church the most...
I can't say the coffee stand.
No, you're not allowed to say the coffee stand. It has a huge, 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 huge heart. It loves people, not just the people inside either. It loves like the people out in the community too. People are very real here. I mean, I remember sitting listening to Nick talk on the first Sunday I was here. It was just so different to anything that I'd ever listened to before. It was very down to earth, very real. Even if he thinks I'm from Australia. When
you saw the pastor talking, what they said was so relevant. It really encouraged us.
It's definitely had an impact. This has been a long journey to figure out how God fits into the story of my life. Figure out that I matter to God and that God loves me, regardless of where I've been, where I've come from. He doesn't care about any of that. He cares about my future. He cares about where it goes from here on out. In our home, you know, with our kids, we have 2 special needs kids, and I always believed that the way they were special needs, the reason that they were special needs was because that was my punishment from God. To have freedom to finally understand that that isn't the reason that they're like they are. It's just changed my perspective on things. It's changed the way that I deal with them and the way that I view them. And I'm so thankful, so thankful.
Well, we go to a life group together. We enjoy the life group, enjoy sharing, getting to know people more. Connecting with people, you know, on a deeper level. Life is hard, and you have to have people on the journey with you. It's brought us closer together. We have a good marriage, but it was strong before, but there was something missing. And having God now be at the centre of it, and be able to talk about God, and be able to pray together, and read the Bible together, has been an amazing... For me, it's been a long road, a lot of prayers, a lot of tears. And to come to the church and see these people move into Hannah's lives, God moving people around her. I could let her go, let her into the hands of these people and see her grow. People loved her, cared for her as she was, reflected the very heart of God to her. And from there she was able to move forward, little step by little step, loved all the way by the people in this church. Can't help but want to serve in this church. It's the right thing to do, to love on other people like we've been loved on, and to help other people who are coming into the church who are scared and maybe wondering what's going to happen to them, you know. When we're on host team, we see people, new people, and some of them just have that look like I did on the first Sunday. And I'm like, hi, I'm Hannah, it's okay, I hated church too. But, you know, it's amazing to be able to kind of come alongside those people and to be able to put your arm around them and go, you know what, I know you probably hate me right now, but I'm going to love on you until you love me right back.
building. Nobody asks you where you've come from, you know, or what your past is, or are you good enough to come into this building. You know, nobody cares. They just love on you regardless and treat you like they've known you for your whole entire life. This church just becomes your family. It's just incredible.
Hannah had no hope in her life. She had no reason to exist. Didn't understand the purpose for her being here. And that's what's transformed everything. Is seeing how God has built this woman up and transformed her. Now she does have hope, she does have a purpose, there is a reason to life. And that's what I would pray and like to see for every other person who walks through the doors, that they see that same thing.
This is not church like you know church. These people love you regardless of where you've come from, regardless of how messy a situation you think you're in right now, regardless of what your present situation is, your past situation is. They're going to love on you and take you to a brighter future where God can be at the center of your life.
I'm always reminded when Jesus raised Lazarus from the tomb and he brought him out there and he was bound up in his grave clothes. And Christ could have raised his hand and made the grave clothes drop away, but he didn't. He says, you unbind him. I think that's a message to the church in a way. We bring the broken-hearted in, spiritually dead, God gives them life, but we unbind them. We teach them love, we teach them about God, and we bring them back to life that way.